My mom always says that when we pray, that's when we're talking to God or our higher power, if you will. And when we meditate, that's when we allow God or our higher power to talk to us. And that was so crucial to my evolution along my spiritual journey. She gave me that gem very early on. Shout out to my mom. And now I'm giving it to you because there's something about allowing the water to really settle around you so that you can have clarity, right? And I think for me, dealing with things like anxiety and just big feelings in general, I'm a big feelings type of girl. Sometimes I get a little shaken up as in regards to my water, right? And taking that time to meditate to allow the water to settle and see clearly has been crucial, so vital for me. And I hope that it is for you. Now, meditation by no means was an easy concept for me to grasp. Um, I have the attention span of a squirrel in a store of acorns, okay? Um, so for me, traditional meditation has never really been a thing. It's big and it's a scary concept. However, I started to try and incorporate meditating in my daily life, the things that I already do. I love candles, so staring at a candle flame for 10 minutes, that's meditation, right? Taking a shower, which I hope we all do. You better be, you socios. Um, eh, Standing in the shower and listening to the water intently for 10 minutes with no music, that's meditation. Going out and taking a walk, counting my steps for 10 minutes, that's meditation. Mindless behavior, my love. Wherever you can do something that's mindless, I would really implore you to do that because it has brought me so much clarity in my life, which for us anxiety ridden girlies, that's a big deal, you know. But I think clarity, even if you don't suffer with anxiety, is really important for all of us. And, when we're on the line, because some of us be on the line yapping, right? How can our higher power get through to us if we're always talking, right? If we're always just praying and we're not in a position to receive where the water is calm, where there's no static, if you will, it's going to be hard to really have any clarity at all. And for a long time, I lived in the suffering of rough water, And I think that brings me to my next point of some of us need to get comfortable in calm water because we've been raised in rough water. For me, I was raised in it and I've lived most of my adult life in it, in that fight or flight. And to be able to give yourself the gift of clarity by getting comfortable being uncomfortable in that calm water, I know it's a foreign concept. It is for me still, and I struggle sometimes. I am challenged with that concept, but we are deserving of clarity. We are deserving of calm. We are deserving of peace. And even though peace is suspicious, we are deserving of it. And when we're in this space where we just are so clouded in our head, we can ask for clarity. The prayer that I say is, I know you wouldn't be asking me to do this if I wasn't the one and if there wasn't a way, which we talked about in our last episode. And then I follow up with, show me the way and I will go. And then I get my butt up and I go on that walk, or I take that shower, or I sit here with my candle. And even if you could only do a couple minutes a day, my love, that's better than nothing. It's better than living your life all shaken and stirred all the time, isn't it? So that for me, again, has brought me so much peace. And as your big sister, auntie, friend, I wish you nothing but peace. So I wanted to give that to you because, when we're acting out of our fear, we all do it. Doubt, stress, anxiety, depression, all of those things are not of our higher power because our higher power wants what's best for us, right? When we're acting out of those things, those emotions, that place, right? That's of the enemy. And I'll tell you why. Stay with me. Because when we believe in our doubts, our fears, our worries, our stresses, we're having faith that the worst will happen. right? And when you have faith in the worst, you're having faith in the devil, okay? I don't say that to scare you. I just say that to let you know that one, good news is you're already practicing faith, right? However, we got to kind of flip that on its head and realize when we're feeling those things, we can ask for clarity and we can receive it if we are brave and bold enough to sit in the uncomfortability of calmness, of calm water, right? We're going to talk a little bit about, you know, the devil in our next episode, and I know that might be scary for you. However, I want to remind you that the devil wouldn't be attacking you spiritually if you were not a force to be reckoned with. The devil only attacks people he's intimidated by, right? And that's a concept that we'll get into in a future episode. However, I want to remind you that you have power, right? And it's time to take your power back. And a lot of that is allowing yourself to get comfortable with the idea of peace and calm water, to allow yourself to receive clarity from your higher power. And again, as your big sister, auntie, friend, I want all good things for you. And I hope that this was helpful. Again, you wouldn't be asked to do the things that you're doing if you were not the one and if there wasn't a way, right? So if you can remember that, and then remember that you can always ask for clarity, remember that you can always come back to center, and that there are forces out there who are just waiting for permission to help you, but you have to give it to them, right? Stop yapping so much on that line and get on there and just listen, okay? Sometimes it's good enough to just listen. Ask and you shall receive, my love. All right? Now, I hate to do it to you, but I'm going to leave now. However, I will always be back for you. It's my promise. I love you very much. Just know that the world is much less without you in it. All right? I truly believe that in my heart of hearts. I love you very much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.